one. Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Cheltenham Festival preview, and myself, Robin Hutchison, and Derek Thompson, who's going to take you through the runners and riders. First up, of course, is the Neptune Novices Hurdle, 2 miles 5, and Willie Mullins leads the charge with Pont Alexander here.
The word coming out of the Mullins stable, and I got this about 3 months ago, the word was then that they've got something very special. Now, when a stable as strong as that says something like that, you think, well, hang about, what's the horse? Pont Alexandra, all right? They say this is the best horse Willie's had. Now, whether that's right or wrong, even if it's anywhere near right, this must be one heck of a horse. Unbeaten, arrives here. I think the horse will take the world a beating. The ground might be a deciding factor because he seems to have done all his winning, like everything else over the past 6 months, on soft or heavy ground. But his actions suggest that he'll go. If he does, he's one of the bets of the meeting. I think he is that good. Now, you've got good horses taking him on. You can make out a case for a few horses. At Fisher's Cross, depends if he goes for this or the Bartlett. That would be a possible rival. But for me, it's a one-horse race. It's a banker. Pont Alexandra, Willie Mullins, Ruby Walsh. I can see myself now holding the microphone up. Ruby, how easy was that? That's what I think I'll be asking him.
Oh, there you go. What about the new one, though? Because there'll be a few quid on the new one, you'd think.
New one is
reeled in at Fisher's Cross, I think, about a month ago, didn't he, in that race?
Had to work pretty hard. That was at Cheltenham. He's trained by Nigel Twiston-Davies. He's a lovely horse. The way he won the time before, you'd sit up and have the mortgage on. But I think he's taken on something very special in Pont Alexandra. The Irish should take the beating here.
Okay, the Irish for the first one on the Wednesday at Cheltenham then. The RSA Steeplechase, the 240. An interesting race, this one. And I think if you're going to take on any favourite, Dynast might be one to take on. Would I be right?
No, I'm not taking him on. I remember when he won at Kempton on Boxing Day, and I walked in with Tom Scudamore, and I thought, wow, this really took my breath away. Takes a lot to take my breath away. I'm lucky, I've been there, I've seen it, I've got the t-shirt, and it has to be an exceptional performance that takes my breath away. He took my breath away. I think he's that good. David Pipe is a man I have a lot of time for. His father is one of the most incredible trainers of all time. They get him fit. They laid him out after that race for this, and Tom Scudamore told me straight after coming in on Boxing Day, he said, this is the horse now for this race at Cheltenham. I think he's a banker.
The winners of the Feltham don't win the RSA, do they?
Doesn't matter to me whether they do or not, this one will. I think he's that good. Now, having said that, it's the race where the future Gold Cup horses are going to come out of, so you need a horse to get the trip, you need a horse who'll act on the track. This horse to me though is class and quality. I think he'll take the world a beating.
Well, okay, if you don't fancy his price, what about an each way in that race?
Well, there's Hadrian's Approach, there's all other horses, but no, there are some races where you can go each way and get big prices, yes, but there are some races where you just purely must bet on the old Tom Nose. This is an on-the-nose job. Dynast, the grey horse, he'll reign supreme.
Well, there you go. Talking about each-way shots, I think if you're looking for a bit of value, the Sporting Bet Queen Mother Champion Chase is obviously headed by an exceptional horse in Sprinter Sacra, who is going to go off at a very, very short price. Impossible to impose, yes. I would say. So with that in mind, who should we be looking at elsewhere for the value?
Well, there is an outstanding value for money bet in this, and you're going to laugh when you hear me say this. Finian's Rainbow, last year's winner, so he is at this moment in time the reigning champion. What price is he? As we talk now, he's double figures. Now you think, double figures? This horse won the race last year. You know, he's an outstanding horse. He's been let down this year, but I heard the other day that he worked exceptionally well at Nicky Henderson's stable. Now, I'm not saying he's going to take on Sprinter Sacra and beat him, but Sprinter Sacra, he's not an old man's ride. I remember Barry Garrity saying that to me. He says he's not an old man's ride, Thomas, which means, you know, he's quite fresh. You know, his jumping is incredible, but just say he misses one, and just say, you know, the only thing he'll beat him is a fall. Otherwise, he beats everything in the race. But if he does fall, then possibly this horse, I think, is outstanding each-way value. But you've got to say he's got to come back to form. But he has the form in the book. If you go back to 12 months ago, Finian's Rainbow should not be double figures.
Well, there you go. There's your each-way value in the Queen Mum. Before we leave the Wednesday, let's just have a quick word on the National Hunt Chase. Who do you fancy in that one?
There's a horse I saw the other day at Lingfield, trained by Venetia Williams. And I was joking to her, I said, you're the hottest girl in Britain at the moment. I think she loves me saying that, of course, from a training point of view. Of course. And I like this horse a lot. Emperor's Choice. Won at Lingfield, and I thought, wow, travelled so well on the bit in heavy going, and I said to Aidan Coleman and Venetia, will the ground make any difference? No, Therefore, this is enough. It's a big price. Now, obviously, it's 4 miles. There's a few horses in it, Boston, Bob, all those sort of horses. But I like this horse. It's called Emperor's Choice. Back that each way in the John Oaksey 4-mile chase.
There you go. That's the National Hunt Chase for you. And before we leave you, Derek, let's just have Tomo's tip for the Wednesday. You mentioned Finian's Rainbow each way there. Is he your banker for the day, or what are we having elsewhere?
Pont Alexandra. It's the one bet, without a doubt. If it's as good as what they say, it'll win 5 lengths.
Well, there you go. Hopefully you'll pick a few winners out of that lot. Best of luck with all your betting. Don't forget www.freebets.com. All the best bookies offers are all there.